There are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field for Game 2 of this doubleheader series between the University of Michigan Wolverines and your Adrian College Bulldogs. I am Forrest Vernier on play-by-play. Gino Capicchione is directing. And Ty Perrin will lead things off again for the Bulldogs, as he takes strike one from Daniel Sifu, who is on the mound to start Game 2. Swung on and missed. Here's the 0-2. That is ball one on Perrin. Here's the 1-2. Here's a ground ball to second. Karsh has to hurry, and they got him at first. Good way to start Game 2 for the Wolverines. So here is Jesse Liva. And he takes strike one. Oh and 1. That is outside. 1-1. Here's the 1-run from Sifu. Grounder, foul. A ball and 2 strikes on Liva. Nobody on, 1 out. Just the start of things here in Game 2. In Game 1, University of Michigan defeated the Bulldogs 9-1. Look out. Foul ball ends up, it might have ended up in the parking lot. So the count is still 1-2 on Jesse Liva. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Sifu. Swung on in, foul out of play. Count still 1-2 on Jesse Liva. Jack Whitehead waits his turn. Here's a grounder to third. Right at the shortstop, Shilp. And Sachs is off the bag. The throw got there in time, but Sachs was not touching the base. And so that will be an infield single for Jesse Liva. That's going to bring Jack Whitehead, who had an RBI single back in Game 1. That was the only run for the Bulldogs. So Liva now is at first. Whitehead takes the ball outside from Sifu. Sifu checks Liva at first. 1-0. In there on the outside corner. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. As Connor Davies waits his turn on deck. Here's the 1-1. Strike 2 on Jack Whitehead. Sifu ahead on the count. Checking on Liva at first. 1-2 on Whitehead. That is just a little bit too low. Count is even at 2-2. 1 out. This is only just the start of things here in game 2, and that's going to get away from Rookham. And Liva will advance to second base, as he is now in scoring position. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jack Whitehead. 3-2. Ground ball up the middle, picked up by Shilp. And going to third is Liva, but Whitehead will be out at first. So here comes Connor Davies. As he'll bat with 2 outs and with Liva at third. Just one swing of the bat could give the Bulldogs the early lead. First pitch to Connor Davies. It's strike 1 on the outside corner. Oh and 1. Liva at third. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Sifu. That is strike 2, and Sifu is not messing around. He's getting ahead of the count. He's getting ahead on the count. 0-2 on Connor Davies. Here's the 0-2. That's way up and out. Count now 1-2 on Davies. 2 outs. Again, the 1-2 delivery. Davies just got a piece of that one. Liva at third. Again, the 1-2. And another foul. Sifu gets the sign that he wants. Gets set. 1-2. Just off the plate on that fastball, and the count is 2-2 on Connor Davies. Again, one swing of the bat can give the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, but Rookham will throw to first to confirm the strikeout. Bulldogs threaten but do not score here in the first inning, as now we go to the bottom of the first. And we'll be right back. And we are back as now we're at the bottom of the first as Colton Hicks will be pitching for the Bulldogs. As Colton Hicks will face Shilp, Self, Sachs, D'Amico, Karsh, Arnett, Rookham, Jones, and Fusen. Starting in defense in game 2, Whitehead, Hudick, Middleton the outfield, Perrin and Davies on the corners, Liva at short, Amatry at second, and Harris behind the plate, Hicks on the mound. Here we go, the first pitch to Shilp is ball 1. We're underway. Colton Hicks, the left-hander, 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and foul. As Donovan Self comes to retrieve it. Count 1-2 on Shilp. 1-2 from Hicks. Swing and a foul. Bounces up against the fence. A ball and 2 strikes on Shilp. Again, the 1-2. That is high. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 to Robert Shilp. Low and in the dirt. As Damon Harris will have to get it. Full count now on Shilp. Hicks gets ready. 3 and 2 to Robert Shilp. He hits a fly ball to left center. That'll get down for a hit. Shilp will round first. He's on his way to second. And he's going to try to go to third. Here comes and the throw will be cut off by Amatry. A stand-up triple for Robert Shilp. That'll be the first hit in game 2 for the Wolverines. And that's now going to bring up Donovan Self. As Hicks gets set on the mound. Checks Shilp at third base. Swing and a tap foul. Jeremy Sachs, the first baseman, waiting his turn on deck. Taking some practice swings. Oh and 1 on Donovan Self. 0 and 1 from Hicks. Breaking ball, grounder to third. Ty Perrin will throw to first, but the run will score as the Wolverines have done it again. They've scored in the first inning as they take a 1-0 lead in game 2. As Self grounds out to Ty Perrin. So here's Jeremy Sachs. First pitch from Hicks. Another breaking ball hit the opposite way. That'll drop down for a base hit. Sachs will go to second. The throw is cut off by Liva. And that'll be a double. A one-out double for Jeremy Sachs. That's now going to bring up D'Amico. One out in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. Runner at second for the Wolverines. One out in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-0. Grounder to short. Liva's got it. Will throw to Davies. Two down in the bottom of the first. So here comes Brendan Karsh. And if Karsh reaches, Cole Arnett waits his turn on deck. Jeremy Sachs still at second base. He's taking a good leadoff. Hicks gets set. First pitch to Karsh, swing and a high pop fly, foul territory. And Connor Davies makes the catch and stumbles. He looks like he might be hurt, but the out is called. But we will go to the second inning. 1-0 Wolverines. Here are top of the second inning now as Daniel Sifu, the junior from Millburn, New Jersey, will get back to work on the mound for the Wolverines. As Sifu will face Brock Hudick, followed by Trevor Tromley. Sifu making his warm-up throws. So leading things off for Adrian College here in the top of the second is Brock Hudick. As Daniel Sifu steps back on the mound, ready to get back to work here. The Bulldogs only have one hit. No runs yet. Wolverines have one run and two hits. First pitch to Hudick is ball one from Sifu. 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. One and one. Swung on and miss. Good pitch by Sifu. 1-2 on Brock Hudick. Here's a fly ball to left center, and that'll get down for a hit. Hudick is on his way to second, and he's going to try to go to third. Here's the throw, and he's safe. Hudick slides in with a leadoff triple as he represents the tying run. So here's Trevor Tromley. Tromley takes a strike from Sifu. Here's the 0-1. Good pitch. Breaking ball drops in the middle of the zone for strike two. One swing of the bat from tying this game. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Tromley strikes out. Another strikeout for Sifu. So here is Stefan Amatry. Hudick at third, one out. Check swing. Yeah, he went around. That's strike one. As I could hear the home plate umpire say, yes, he did. 0-1. Amatry with a big swing and miss. Sifu getting ahead on the count, 0-2. One out here in the second. Here's the pitch. That is just off the plate, 1-2. One and two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the curve. Back-to-back strikeouts for Daniel Sifu. As he gets Amatry swinging. So here comes Damon Harris, the Bulldog catcher. Earlier he entered game one to take over for Remington Gilniak. And he takes a strike from Sifu. And if Harris shall reach, Middleton waits his turn on deck. That's ball one. And it looks like Sifu was handing his chain over to Coach Haley. As you always want to make sure not to get any jewelry tangled up. 1-1 on Harris. Ooh, look out. Ball two, almost at the knees. 2 balls and a strike on Damon Harris. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. Down the first base line. Bounces up against the fence. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the second. Here's the pitch to Harris. Called strike 3 to end the inning as Sifu strikes out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking as we go the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Wolverines. This is the home of Adrian College Sports. And we are back now as Cole Arnett will lead things off for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the second inning. This is game 2 of this doubleheader series here at Adrian College. Wolverines have the lead 1-0 as Colton Hicks gets back to work as Arnett hits a grounder to second. Ametry drops the ball. And Arnett will reach. This is the bottom of the second. So here's Rookham. Swing and a fly ball to left. It'll hook foul. That's strike 2. Runner at first for the Wolverines. Nobody out. 0-2. A strikeout swinging for out number 1. That's now going to bring up Jones. One out in the bottom of the second. Arnett is at first. Here's the pitch. That is ball 1 on Jones. Here comes the 1-0. Ball 2 on Jones. The 2-0. Swing and a foul out of play. Two balls and a strike on Jones. Here's the 2-1 from Hicks. Breaking ball just misses. It's 3-1 on Ryan Jones, the freshman from Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. 3 balls and a strike now on Ryan Jones. 3-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, and the count is full. And Hicks steps off the mound to wipe some sweat off of his forehead. Three and 2 now on Ryan Jones. There's a ground ball, base hit to left field. And Arnett will advance to second. So now here's Fusen as he will bat with runners at first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Still only 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Robert Shilp waits his turn on deck. Breaking ball in there for a strike on Fusen. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to short. Leyva bobbles it. The throw, and it's going to get away from Davies. And a run will come home as Arnett will score. It's now 2-0 Wolverines. And so Fusen will be at second. Jones will be at third. It's still 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second. That's ball 1 on Robert Shilp. One and 0. That's inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes on Shilp. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball into shallow right, and that'll drop down. Jones will score, and it's 3-0. That'll be an RBI. It's now 3-0 Wolverines. So here comes Donovan Self. As he will bat with 1 out, with runners both in scoring position, third and second. Still only 1 out. First pitch to Self from Hicks. Look out as it hits the net. 0-1 on Donovan Self with 1 out. Here's the 0-1 from Hicks. Swing and a miss. Count is now 0-2. As it looks like Self tried to stop himself from swinging, but it was already too late. As he requests timeout. One out. Here, still only the bottom of the second inning. 0-2 from Colton Hicks. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Oh and 2 on Self. Wolverines lead 3-0. Hicks looking for the sign he wants. And he's got it. 0-2. Low and in the dirt. Good block by Damon Harris, preventing the runners from advancing. Jeremy Sachs waiting on deck. He will be next. One and two on Self. Called strike 3 for out number 2. Second strikeout in the inning for Colton Hicks. So here's Jeremy Sachs. D'Amico is waiting his turn on deck. He will bat next if Sachs shall reach. And Sachs takes the ball high and outside. Two outs, 1-0 from Hicks. In the dirt, another block by Harris. Two and 0 the count on Jeremy Sachs, the first baseman for the Wolverines. 2-0. In there for strike 1. Fusen at third. Shilp is at second. 2-1. Half swing. That's strike 2 as the count is even. Two down here in the second. 2-2 coming up to Sachs. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Hicks gives up a couple runs but strikes out the side as we go to the third. 3-0 Wolverines here at Adrian. This is the home of Adrian. And we're back as we start the top of the third inning, as Daniel Sifu gets back to work for the Wolverines, as they have an advantage as they lead 3-0. The Wolverines have had 3 runs and 3 hits. Bulldogs have had no runs and only 1 hit. As John Middleton will take his first at-bat in this series. He did not play in game 1, but in game 2, he is playing right field. As he takes a practice swing, steps into the box. First pitch to John Middleton is swung on and missed. And the third inning is underway. Oh and 1 on Middleton. Middleton takes strike 2. After Middleton, we will be back at the top of the lineup as Ty Perrin waits his turn on deck. And there's a base hit to left field. As John Middleton has a base hit in his first at bat in this series. So here's Ty Perrin. And after him will be Jesse Leyva, not Liva. My apologies again for any incorrect name pronunciations I've made. As like I've said, that's something I've definitely been trying to work on as a young broadcaster. First pitch to Perrin, and that's going to be a base hit to right field. Back-to-back singles for the Bulldogs. As Perrin swung at the first pitch he saw. So now the tying run has come to the plate for Adrian College. And Jesse Leyva is it. As there's nobody out. First pitch to Leyva. That's a called strike. Middleton taking a big lead. There's a slow roller toward the shortstop, Schilp. And there will be no play. Everybody is safe as the bases are loaded with nobody out. And that's going to bring up Jack Whitehead, as he will bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. Middleton at third, Perrin at second, and Leyva at first. Both teams now have 3 hits. Called strike one on Jack Whitehead. The 0-1 pitch. That is ball one. The count is even. Connor Davies waits his turn on deck. He will be next. One and one. That is low. 2 balls and a strike on Jack Whitehead. Wolverines have a 3-0 lead. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a chopper. Right back to the mound. They will get the out at first, but the run will score. That'll be an RBI for Jack Whitehead as Middleton comes to the plate. As the Bulldogs are on the board for the first time in Game 2. One out now as Whitehead grounded out. But Sifu was able to make the play. So here's Connor Davies. So now the tying run, Leyva is at second. Swing and a foul hits the protective netting. Count 0-1 on Davies. Here's the pitch from Sifu. That is inside and low for ball one. Brock Hudick waits his turn on deck. Here's the 1-1. Davies foul tips that one into the glove for strike 2. One out here in the third, the 1-2 pitch. And that is foul tipped again into the glove for strike 3. And just like that, we have 2 outs here in the third. So here comes Brock Hudick. Brock Hudick will bat with 2 outs. Runners both in scoring position. With 2 outs here in the third. First pitch to Hudick. Takes a strike on the outside corner from Sifu. Oh and 1. Bounces in. Two outs here in the third inning. Here's the 1-1. That is low for ball 2, as you could hear his teammates saying good eye. That's how important it is to keep your eye on the ball, because you never know what pitch may be coming next. Two and 1 to Hudick. Strike 2. Two and 2 on Hudick. High, ball 3. If Hudick shall reach, Trevor Tromley waits his turn on deck. Home plate umpire calling timeout. Three and 2 coming up to Brock Hudick. A little chopper right to Arnett. Has to hurry. It is in time for the out. Bulldogs get a run but leave 2 runners stranded. As we go to the bottom of the third, 3-1 Wolverines. This is the home of Adrian. Bottom of the third inning now. Wolverines still have a 3-1 lead as Colton Hicks is going to try his best to hold the Wolverines down to 3 runs as much as he possibly can. And starting things off will be D'Amico, as he'll lead things off for the Wolverines. D'Amico followed by Karsh and Arnett. Excuse me. D'Amico with a check swing. But that was strike 1 call, as it was in the zone anyway. 0-1 from Hicks. Breaking ball low in the dirt. Bounces in front of Harris. As Brendan Karsh waits his turn on deck. Here's the 1-1. D'Amico just got a piece of that one. One ball, two strikes on Jake D'Amico. One and two now. That is high, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just the start of things in the bottom of the third. This is game 2 of a doubleheader series. Two and two. That's high, ball 3. 3 and 2 now on Jake D'Amico. So we got a full count now. Hicks gets the sign he wants. 3 and 2 to D'Amico. Slow roller toward third. Perrin has to hurry. Throws a laser throw to get D'Amico for out number 1. That'll bring up Brendan Karsh. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the third. First pitch. That's in there for a called strike on Brendan Karsh. Cole Arnett waits his turn on deck. 0-1. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Karsh takes a strike. As you could hear the response from the crowd, as that was a good pitch by Colton Hicks. One and two on Karsh. Just off the plate. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Arnett on deck. 2 and 2 to Brendan Karsh. Breaking ball just misses. Three and 2 now on Karsh. That's ball 4. As we'll have a walk. So here comes Cole Arnett. One up, 1 down. A runner at first. As Rookham waits his turn on deck. Arnett hits a grounder to first. Davies will throw to second. And that's all they'll get. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third as Arnett reaches on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Rookham. As he will bat with Arnett at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. Look out. Strike 1. Arnett at first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning here in game 2. Jones on deck if Rookham shall reach. Swing and a miss. Another good pitch by Colton Hicks. Hicks ahead on the count, 0-2. Home plate umpire calls timeout. Hicks now gets ready. He's trying to finish off this inning. 0-2. Here's a fly ball. Shallow center, and it'll drop in for a base hit. So here's Ryan Jones. As he will bat with 2 outs, with runners at 1st and 2nd. And we're going to get a pinch runner as Cole Allen will take over for Rookham at 1st. Two outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Swung on and foul. If Jones shall reach, Fuson is taking some practice swings by the on-deck circle. He will be next. If Jones reaches, of course. Two down here in the 3rd. 0-1. Check swing. He went around. That's strike 2. Hicks once again a pitch away from ending this inning. Oh, and 2 on Jones. Swung on and foul, hits the Wolverines' dugout. Count still 0-2 on Ryan Jones. Hicks taking his time, making sure he gets the sign he wants. Here again is the 0-2. Look out. Another foul. This has been a good at-bat between Hicks and Jones. Hicks again needs one more strike to end this inning and to send game 2 into the 4th. Here again is the 0-2. Swing and a base hit to left. Arnett rounding 3rd, and he's going to come in to score. And this inning stays alive. An RBI single by Ryan Jones. It is 4-1 in favor of the Michigan Wolverines. And that's now going to bring up Fuson, as he will bat with 2 outs and with runners at 1st and 2nd. Whoa! A foul ball hits the net. Now that's not the first time that's happened tonight. Count 0-1. on Fusen. And the runner's going. Harris's throw is not in time, but it gets away from Perrin. But that'll be a stolen base for Cole Allen. Now the Wolverines will have runners at the corners. Shilp waits his turn on deck. Here's the 1-1. And it gets away from Harris. And Allen's going to come in to score. Wolverines now have a 5-1 lead. And the count is now 2-1. Count is 2-1 on Fusen. Shilp waits his turn on deck. Now the 2-1. That is low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Two outs. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. And this inning keeps going. So here's Robert Shilp. As Damon Harris wants to talk to Hicks for a minute. So here's Robert Shilp as he'll bat with runners at first and second with 2 outs. Wolverines lead 5-1. Breaking ball, swinging a foul tipped. That's strike 1. Oh, 0-1 from Hicks. In the dirt. Good job by Damon Harris blocking the ball. As the sky is starting to get dark here at Adrian. And the temperature is still warm, 76 degrees, mostly cloudy. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Donovan Self on deck. One and 2 on Shilp. Swing and a fly ball to right. And Middleton makes the catch to end the inning. But the Wolverines lead 5-1 as we go to the 4th inning. As we'll take a break, we'll be right back. And we are back as we start the top of the fourth inning. As Daniel Sifu gets back to work on the mound for the Wolverines. And due up for the Bulldogs is Trevor Tromley. Tromley will start things off for Adrian. Here in the top of the fourth, this is game 2 of this doubleheader series between the Wolverines and your Adrian College Bulldogs. First pitch from Sifu. Tromley swings and misses on the fastball for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Low and in the dirt. Here's the 1-1. Low and inside. Close to his foot as ball 2. 2-1 on Tromley. Tromley swings and misses. Count is even at 2-2. Stephanometry waits his turn on deck. He will be next. The 2-2. Tromley strikes out swinging, but Rukin will throw to first. And a good scoop by Sachs. And the strikeout is confirmed. So here's Stephanometry. As he will bat with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch to him, he's big swing and a miss by Ametry. One out in the top of the fourth. 0-1 from Sifu. In there for a called strike 2. Damon Harris waits his turn. He'll be next. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sifu. As he gets Ametry, he gets Tromley and Ametry both swinging. So here's Damon Harris. And if he reaches, John Middleton is on deck. First pitch to Harris. He swings and misses. Sifu trying to make this a quick inning. That is low. Ball 1 and the count is even. Here's the 1-1 to Harris. Breaking ball in there. Good pitch by Sifu. As it went up, but then it curved down and dropped in the middle of the zone. 1-2. That's high, and the count is even at 2-2. Two outs here in the top of the fourth. 2-2 to Damon Harris. Called strike 3 to end the inning as Daniel Sifu strikes out the side. 2 of them swinging, 1 of them looking as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. 5-0 Wolverines here at Adrian. We'll be right back after these. Wolverines lead 5-1 here in game 2 as we're at the bottom of the 4th inning, as we are now getting a pitching change. Colton Hicks is done for the night. Taking over for him is Sammy Fosman, the junior here at Adrian. Fun fact, his younger sister, Anna Marie Fosman, is part of the women's soccer team, as I have called some of her games before as well. And she's here watching him play right now, along with their parents, Dad Al and Mom Nancy, as they're all here right now watching him. So shout out to the Fosman family if you guys are watching the stream right now. Sammy Fosman and I also have we also have a class together called Writing About Sports. Now Fosman will face Donovan Self to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Wolverines have scored in every inning. 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and 2 in the 3rd. And by doing the math, that's 5 runs total here in game 2. As they have had 5 hits. Adrian College only with 1 run and 3 hits. Ball 2 inside. Strike 1. Fosman gets set on the mound. 2-1 on Self. Fastball misses inside. 3-1. Jeremy Sachs waits his turn on deck. Nobody out yet in the bottom of the 4th. 3-1. Ball 4. And Fosman walks the first batter he faces. So here's Jeremy Sachs, as he will bat with a runner on first with nobody out. Fosman misses on the fastball. And the pickoff attempt is in time. They got him at first. Sammy Fosman picks off Donovan Self for out number 1. And now he can focus back on Jeremy Sachs. The 1-0. That is in there for strike 1. One and 1. That is ball 2 on Sachs. Two and 1. That is ball 3. Count is 3-1. D'Amico waits his turn on deck. 3-1. In there for strike 2. Three and 2 coming up to Jeremy Sachs. That's ball 4. That's the second walk for Fosman. And so here's Jake D'Amico. Ball one. One 0. Big swing and a miss by D'Amico. Brendan Karsh waits his turn on deck. 1-1. That is a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. The throw back, and he's safe. Fosman has already picked off one runner in this inning. Could he do it again? The throw back. Sachs gets back in there. Sachs taking a good lead from first. The 2-1. In there, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to, and this at-bat will continue. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning in Game 2 of this doubleheader series between the Wolverines and the Bulldogs. Karsh waiting on deck. The throw back. Sachs still safe at first. Here's a 2-2. Runners going, and it's fouled away. This has been a good at-bat for Jake D'Amico. Count still 2-2. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Fosman. Ball 3, full count now. Sachs taking a good lead from first. 3-2. Swing and a high fly ball to center. Brock Hudick makes the catch for out number 2. Sachs will have to trot back to first. So here comes Brendan Karsh, the second baseman for the Wolverines. And the runner's going. Here's a ground ball into center field, a base hit. Sachs will go all the way to third, and he'll make it. That'll be a single for Brendan Karsh. The Wolverines will have runners at the corners with 2 outs, as they will have a chance to get a run home. So here's Cole Arnett. Fosman checking Karsh at first. As strike 1 on Cole Arnett. The 0-1. That's high and outside. Count is even at a ball and a strike. 2 outs now. The throw back, Oh, that one was close. As Fosman almost had his second pick off. Here's the 1-1. Arnett just got a piece of that one. And it looks like the ball got stuck within the wall. Count 1-2 on Cole Arnett, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. And the runner's going. Here's a grounder to Liva. The throw, and they got him at first. And so the Wolverines have scored in every inning except for this one, as they still lead 5-1 as we will go to the 5th inning. We'll be right back after. And we are back now as we're about to start the top of the 5th inning. New pitcher for the Michigan Wolverines, Evan Brown, now on the mound. And we also have a new catcher, Tom Costello, will be behind the plate, taking over for Rokim. So here's John Middleton, who is due up. Middleton singled and scored the only run for the Bulldogs. As he will now bat to start things off here in the top of the 5th inning. As he will be followed by Perrin and Leyva. First pitch swings and it's a pop fly. That'll be caught by Brendan Karsh for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. So here's Ty Perrin. Perrin will bat with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch from Evan Brown, the hard-throwing right-hander. So yeah, the new catcher is Tom Costello, the sophomore from let me type in the initials, MD. All right, there we go. So Tom Costello, the new catcher for the Wolverines, is a sophomore from Rockville, Maryland. One and two on Perrin. High fastball misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Perrin just got a piece of that one. Two and two on Ty Perrin. Low and in the dirt. Count now full, 3-2. balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball to second. Karsh, who's been busy today, will throw to Sachs for out number 2. So here's Jesse Leyva. As he will bat with nobody on with 2 outs. First pitch, that's inside, about at the wrist. 1-0. Count is 2-0 on Leyva. Two outs here in the 5th. Here's the 2-0. Here's a fly ball in the shallow left, and that'll be caught by Domingo to end the inning. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Evan Brown as the Bulldogs go in order. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 5-1 Wolverines. This is the home of Adrian. We are now back. Wolverines have a 5-1 lead over Adrian College Bulldogs. As Sammy Fosman will get back to work on the mound. He did not allow a run back in the 4th. As remember, he also picked off Donovan Self at first. As the Wolverines threatened but did not score in the bottom of the 4th, as they have scored in every inning except the 4th. So here is Tom Costello, who is pinch hitting for Rokim. First pitch to Costello. It gets away from Harris. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a fly ball to left center. That'll be caught by Brock Hudick. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. So here is Ryan Jones, as he'll be up with nobody on with 1 out. Fusen waits his turn on deck. First pitch from Fosman. Whoa, look out. That went right over Jones's head. A ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. A ground ball to third. Ty Parents got it. A long throw, and they got him at first. As Fosman trying to make quick work here in the 5th. So here's Braden Fusen, the sophomore from Dexter, Michigan. First pitch to him is a fastball, and it's hit foul and out of play. Count is 0-1. Fosman looks for the sign he wants, and he's got it. The 0-1. Whoa, look out. And another foul ball that hits the net right in front of me. Here's the 0-2. Low and in the dirt. Harris will pick it up and throw it back. Fosman a pitch away from making it a 1-2-3 inning. One and two. 2-2 now on Braden Fusen. Here's a 2-2 on Fusen. That is high. We got a full count now. So the count goes from 0-2 to 3-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That's ball 4. As the Wolverines will have a runner aboard. So here's Robert Shilp. Two outs, a runner at first. Breaking ball in there. Does that pitch looked like a slider? Throw back to first. It'll get away from Davies, but not far enough, as Fusen will hold at first. If Shilp shall reach, Donovan Self waits his turn on deck. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Count now 0-2. Low, ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and hit foul out of play. Must have landed somewhere in the parking lot. This has been a good at-bat for Robert Shilp. Fusen at first, 2 outs. Fosman gets set. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. That is 2 consecutive scoreless innings for Sammy Fosman. But the Wolverines still lead 5-1 as we go to the 6th. We'll be right back. And we are back as we're now at the top of the 6th inning. We got another pitching change for the Wolverines as Robert Shilp is no longer playing shortstop. He is now going to be on the mound, taking over for Evan Brown. So that means we also have a new shortstop coming in to take Shilp's spot there. It is Brendan Karsh, who has moved from second to short. So Cole Arnett is now playing second. So Arnett has moved from third to second. And so Donovan Self is now playing third. First pitch from Shilp. Whitehead hits one to left, and that'll be caught by D'Amico. One pitch, one out. That's the second inning in a row that the first out has been made by the first pitch. And we're getting a pinch hitter. It's number 37. I'll have to take a look at the roster, see what his name is. It is Luke Pope, right, Gino? Thank you. It is Luke Pope who will pinch hit for Connor Davies. Pope hits a base hit the opposite way as he'll have a pinch hit single as he'll be aboard as Pope, the junior from St. John's, Michigan, will have a one-out single. So here's Brock Hudick. First pitch to him, shows bunt, and it goes foul. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Wolverines have the lead 5-1 as they have 5 runs and 6 hits. Adrian College has only 1 run on 4 hits. Oh, 0-1 the count on Brock Hudick. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Shilp. As tapped foul. Hudick just got a piece of that one. Count 0-2. Wouldn't chase that one. That is high and outside, ball 1. One and 2. Hudick swings and hits it to short. Karsh throw to second. Not in time as Pope is out at second. So Brock Hudick will reach first on a fielder's choice. So here's Trevor Tromley, the DH. Tromley takes a strike on the outside corner from Shilp. Hudick takes a good lead from first base. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and tapped foul. Shope a strike away from ending the inning. You could hear I could hear one of the fans say, "Finish him." The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. As Trevor Tromley strikes out swinging to end the inning. As we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 Wolverines, as Sammy Fosmoen will get back to work. This is the home of Adrian College Sports. Wolverines 5 and the Bulldogs 1. As we're at the bottom of the 6th inning, Sammy Fosman has pitched 2 scoreless innings, not allowing a run. He's only had 1 strikeout, has had a fly out, a ground out, a few ground outs actually I should say. But he also picked off Donovan Self. As it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. So here's Kai Sadel, who will pinch hit for Donovan Self. Jeremy Sachs waiting in the on-deck circle. 1-0. Swing and a miss. On the changeup by Fosman. One and one. And it gets away from Harris. And Sachs goes to retrieve it. Two balls and a strike. That's fouled right over our heads. And it comes back down, and Sachs catches it while in the on-deck circle. You don't see that every day. Here's the 2-2. Ball 3, full count now. Now the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Fosman with his second strikeout. Strikes out Sadel swinging to start the 6th. That'll bring up Jeremy Sachs. So Fosman now has a pair of strikeouts. First pitch to Sachs is swung on and hit foul and out of play. That one was on its way to 223. Oh and 1 on Jeremy Sachs. Here's the pitch. That's way outside. D'Amico waits his turn on deck. 1-1. That's outside on the changeup. 2 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1. That's way outside. Three and one on Jeremy Sachs. With 1 out, here's the pitch. That's in there with that fastball. It's a good pitch by the hard-throwing right-hander, Sammy Fosman. Here's a 3-2. Strike 3 call. Strikeout number 3 for Fosman as he gets Jeremy Sachs looking on the outside corner. That's actually 3 strikeouts in a row by Fosman. So here is Jake D'Amico. That's on the inside corner for strike 1. Here's a ground ball to third, should end the inning. Ty Perrin throws to Pope, and that'll do it. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Sammy Fosman as he's had a pair of strikeouts and a ground out to third, as we will now go to the 7th inning. We'll be right back after. Top of the 7th inning now. Last chance for the Adrian College Bulldogs as the Wolverines have a 5-1 lead. As Stevanometry on the first pitch hits it to right, and that's going to get down. The throw by Jones will be not in time, and Stevanometry has his first hit of the series with a leadoff double. As the Bulldogs still showing that they could possibly rally here. So here's Damon Harris. First pitch to Damon Harris. Adds ball 1 on the curve. It's like that pitch just missed the top of the zone. 1-0. In there, and the count is even at 1-1. Stefanometry at second. Here's the 1-1. Ametry's going. Costello's throw. It is not in time. A stolen base for Stefanometry. Here's the 2-1. Harris hits it foul. Hits the backstop. Here's the 2-2 to Harris. Harris just got a piece of that one as he stays alive. Here's the 2-2 from Shilp. Swing and a tap, and that'll be foul. Good at bat here for Damon Harris. As one swing of the bat can get Stepanometry to come home and score. The 2-2. Just off the plate on that fastball. As we have a full count now, 3-2 on the Bulldog catcher. Here's the 3-2 to Harris. Swing and another foul. Hits the protective netting. Again, the 3-2 to Harris. That's ball 4. And the Bulldogs will have runners on the corners with nobody out. So here's John Middleton. Ametry at third. Harris at first as Middleton swings and misses on the first pitch he sees from Robert Shilp. Yeah, good eyes as he takes ball 1 low. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a pop foul. Out of play. Count 1-2 on John Middleton. Shilp gets set. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. As Middleton goes down swinging for out number 1. As we're now at the top of the lineup, here is Ty Perrin. First pitch to Perrin. That's in there for a called strike 1. Oh, and 1. In there for strike 2. Oh, and 2. Perrin hits it foul and out of play. And for those of you that are watching at home, make sure to click on the red button, the one that says subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications so that way you will know whenever we're about to stream any game. The 1-2. Ball 1 outside. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Just go to the search bar and type in Adrian College TV, and you should find our page. 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball. Shallow left field. That'll be caught by D'Amico. And the runner will tag. Stepanometry will come home to score. As Adrian College, it's only their second run. So here is Nathan Lindner, who will pinch hit for Jesse Leyva. Lindner will be taking his first at bat in this series. He is also the last hope for the Bulldogs. 2 down in the 7th, the 0-1. Lindner swings and taps it foul, 0-2. Bulldogs are down to their final strike. And a strike away and out away is Robert Schilp, trying to send the Wolverines home happy. 2-0-2 runners going. Strike three call. Winner goes down looking as the Wolverines howl with the win as they sweep the Adrian College Bulldogs in this doubleheader series. As your final stats for today, Adrian College the Wolverines with 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Adrian College with 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. As both teams show each other proper sportsmanship and respect. From Gino Capacchione, who did a good job directing today, I am Forrest Frenier on play-by-play from Adrian College Television, saying thank you very much for listening and watching our broadcast from Nicolay Field, from the campus of Adrian College. And as always, go in love and peace.